All right, let's talk about something that's changing the game in workplace safety. We're going to look at how to transform it from, just a line item on a budget into a powerful engine for your entire business. So, I want you to think about this for a second. For decades, most companies have treated safety as a cost center, right? It's just a necessary expense to check a box, avoid some fines, and deal with incidents. But what if that's a completely backward way of looking at it? What if your safety program could actually become a strategic asset that creates real, measurable value? The traditional approach is pretty simple. It's reactive. You wait for something to go wrong, and then you fix it. It's almost always siloed, meaning the safety department is often its own little world. And the main goal? Just compliance. But this new data-driven culture, wow, it flips that whole script. It becomes proactive, fully integrated across the entire organization, and genuinely strategic. And look, we're not just talking about a minor adjustment here. This is a complete paradigm shift. It's about fundamentally changing how safety even functions inside a business. So the big question is, how do we make that leap? Well, it all starts right here. The foundation of this entire shift is building a data-driven safety culture. And nope, this isn't just about buying some fancy new software. It's about creating a culture where decisions are backed by real data, a place where information flows freely, and safety becomes a shared value for everyone, not just one department's problem. So where do we start? The very first pillar in building this culture is something we can call the power of one view. And it is all about getting total clarity by smashing through those information barriers. Let's see what that looks like. Think about it. In most organizations, all this information is scattered all over the place. Your compliance data is in one system, incident reports are in another, and your training records, oh, they're probably sitting with HR. A unified dashboard brings all of these crucial pieces together, so for the very first time, you can see the whole picture in one spot. What this does is pretty powerful. You move away from all those scattered spreadsheets and maybe even conflicting reports, and you get to a single source of truth. There's no more arguing over whose numbers are right. Everyone is looking at the exact same information, and that is the absolute first step to making better decisions. But here's the thing. Having a single source of truth isn't the finish line. It's the starting line. The next and maybe most critical step is moving from just having the data to actually doing something with it, together. It's all about turning insight into real collaboration. So here's how that actually plays out in the real world. First, that unified data lets you spot a trend. Let's say you see a spike in back injuries at a specific warehouse. Step 2, that insight doesn't just stay with the safety team, you share it with the operations team and HR. Third, now these teams can actually collaborate to figure out the root cause and come up with a solution, like maybe getting some new lifting equipment. And finally, you put proactive measures in place to stop that kind of injury from ever happening again. And this is where the magic really happens. When different teams share insights and they work on the solutions together, they also start to share the responsibility. Suddenly, safety isn't just the safety manager's problem anymore. It becomes a collective mission that everybody owns. And when you get to that level of shared responsibility, well, that's when you unlock the ultimate goal. You turn safety into a true strategic advantage that helps push the entire business forward. This right here is what strategic safety is all about. It's not just about preventing bad things from happening. It's about actively using your safety program to drive better performance, improve efficiency, boost morale, and create tangible, bottom-line business value. I mean, just look at the difference in mindset here. The old way, cost avoidance, that's all about playing defense, just spending money to avoid getting fined or having an accident. But the new, data-driven approach, value creation, that's about playing offense. A great safety culture doesn't just save you money, it generates value through things like higher productivity, better employee retention, and just flat-out operational excellence. So as we wrap this up, I'm going to leave you with one question to take back to your own organization. What's the biggest blind spot in your safety data? Where are things siloed? What connections are you missing because all the information isn't together? Finding that blind spot, that's your first step toward building a truly data-driven safety culture.